Yeah. Turn the mic on. Truth in the building. No filters. No politics. No apologies. Dr. Ken. Let's go. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fake. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no fall, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes when the truth gon' speak. Got the can in the booth, truth don't sleep. Came from the bottom where survival was a law. Learn real quick what respect really costs. Everybody got opinions from afar, but they ain't never had it to carry those scars. Built from pressure, discipline, pain. Some lose focus, some lose aim. Some sell souls just to chase that fame. I built mine brick by brick, no shame. See the world get weak when it need a moment. Too many followers pretending they friends. Too many loudmouths scared of defense. Any real conviction when the pressure set in. But I stand on business, standing on code. Stand on truth when the lies explode. Some fold up when the road gets cold. Some become legends when the story gets told. Quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fake. Stay tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no fall, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes when the truth gon' speak. Dr. Ken is on. Truth don't sleep. Frank. Candid, straight to the point. If nobody else gon' say it, I will. Mic check. Truth come alive again. Yeah, built for the storm, I don't hide from wind. Everybody tough when the lights all bright. Different story when it's dark outside at 10. I done seen pride make kings collapse. Seen weak minds get trapped in traps. Seen good people never fight back. Seen fake leaders disappear too fast. So I speak for the workers, speak for the tight. Speak for the people still trying to climb high. Speak for the ones still building through fire. Trying to lead this world better than prior. And if the truth hurt, let it hurt a little. Growth don't happen staying safe in the middle. Either build your life or become a riddle. Either move the crowd or get played like fiddle. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system face. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no fall, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes when the truth gon' speak. Dr. Ken is on. Truth don't sleep. Dr. Ken's truth. Dr. Ken's truth. Truth don't sleep.
Dr. Ken's truth.
Frank Candy, straight to the point.
Good evening and welcome. Well, it's D-Day. It is primary election day in Wisconsin. Ain't y'all tired of hearing about it? I even did it, so I threw the poll in early. Did you vote today? And I'm going to check it out as we go through and see it. Hey, thanks for being here. I'm Dr. Ken Harris, and welcome to Dr. Ken's Truth. I'm here every Monday through Thursday from, well, I start at 4. I might end before 4. I might end after 5. Who knows? Want to say thanks for being here. If you want to support the show, always go to Dr. Ken's Swag, all one word, .printify.me, and check it out and see if you can hook a brother up and buy a cup or a hat or a shirt or whatever. Well, I can't say whatever because that's all I got on there. So they'll put an ashtray or something. I don't know, some novelty. So it's great being here. Let me check my YouTube chat. Hey, what's up, Quanda? What's up, Study Hall? Everybody's here. Todd, what's going on? Todd said, Dr. Ken, you must be a Star Trek fan. A tar. See if I can switch it. TS. A tar. Shrek fan. Okay. Anyway, Star Trek fan, in the immortal words of Spock, live long and prosper. See, I can do that. Hey, what's up, SE? See, you made it today. Appreciate it. Everybody gonna switch over to Sherwin tonight. I'm gonna be on at Hughes Views 414. I'll be doing that at 7:00, so you can see us live there. You can check it out, see what's going on. I'll be on at least an hour or so talking about elections and election returns and all that fun stuff. So, all right, okay. Let me see. Todd said, Dr. Ken, can you do the twin finger split? Hey, there it is right there. There it is right there. Kind of weird like that. Then he said beautiful, which is weird because I told him yes. What's up, Sincere Ronnie Ray Real, or as we know him as SRRR? What's going on? Then he said, hello, Administrator K Dukes. Like, what? What? Anyway, I'm just having fun. Lucretia's here. How are you? She went through her little bestie ritual. Quanda said, I truly dislike that my volume doesn't move like the original intro. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You like the original intro too? So let me see. You like this one?
Turn the mic on. Truth in the building. No filters. No politics. No apologies. Dr. Ken, let's go. We don't quit till the whole thing shake. Truth hit hard, make the whole world wait. Real talk loud when the system fade. Stand tall, even when the whole ground break. No fear, no foe, no retreat. Pressure make diamonds when the fire meet heat. All gas, no brakes. When the truth don't speak, Dr. Ken in the booth. Truth don't sleep. Came from the bottom when survival was a law. Learn real quick what
now that's as high as I can turn it up. It's turned all the way up on my system, so that's all I can do. Like I did my part. I did my part. So I'm just saying. Sorry for that. I'm sorry. All right. Let me see who else is here. Jasmine Jazz West. I saw you last night on Sherwin, didn't I? What's going on? Hey. She said, outside today? No, I'm not outside today. I am not outside today. Hey, what's up, L. Dawson? How's it going? See if anybody else talking crazy up in here. She said, what's up, Jazz West? I thought that was you. Okay, now we got two bestie things going on between them. Oh, well. Quanda's like, volume up. It's as loud as it can go. Akusha said, hey. She must like the song. Sincere Runaway Real said, yep, that one right there. Change ain't always good. Okay, so look, let me move it. I'll put it in first spot. So that's the spot. Let me move opening two to the bottom. There. All right. Y'all have spoken. As they say, it is written. It is done. Jazz said, you sure did see me. Quanda said, that's the intro. Trust me, you be saying the volume is all the way up with the original intro. Even Dame said that's hidden. Okay. Okay. I give up. Y'all say it's great. I'll keep the first one. Now, is it because you're just used to it? Or you just like the first one? I don't know. So I'm not gonna trip about it. Todd said variety is the spice of life. Switch them up here and there. Not in the media. You want branding so that every time somebody hears it, they know it's you. Right? So that's just how that goes. That's how branding goes. So every now and then, so starting tomorrow, you get
the Ken's true. Frank Ken's true. The Ken's true. Dr. Ken's truth. Frank Candid. Straight to the point.
All right, so I guess that'll be the one. That will be the one every time. So, okay. Y'all have spoken. And Kwanda's a moderator, so she's in charge of the study hall. So what she say, play in the study hall, play in the study hall. Ain't that right, Sincere Ronnie Ray Real? Anyway. Okay. All right. I'm a L. Dawson said that one really speaks to who you are. No apologies. Oh, okay. Am I mean then? Am I mean? Oh. Anyway. Anywho. Wow. I don't know how to I don't take compliments well. As you can see. I don't take compliments well. I don't take them well. Not even as a child. People would say, oh my God, you're so great. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, and I'll be like, I don't know what to say. Makes me feel odd. Makes me feel strange. Just children. Just, yeah. Okay. And now everybody propping up L. Dawson. So anyway, I'm just saying. But we've gone through this election day, and I wanna keep it a little light. But not being on the radio has allowed me to be able to pop off pretty much every day. So, and I went through a thing with a meeting, and it's usually while I'm sitting in a meeting, somebody will say something, and I just kind of think like, wow. And when I respond to it internally, I think to myself, okay, that's something I need to talk about. And there was an instance where they wanted to give away backpacks for Christmas, for New Year's, for birthdays, for back to school. And I was okay with it, but it just kind of bothered me. But then I started talking about children and thinking about children. And, we do a lot of things and talk a lot about saving children. We want to give them backpacks for school, put stuff in the backpack. We're going to talk about that maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We talk about education, violence, poverty, food, deserts, all that stuff, policing, opportunities. But we never talk about what we feed our kids. And I see some adults, and especially men. I'm talking about men. I'm not going to talk about women. That way I won't get myself in trouble. But I see these men with these stomachs and they just putting on weight, and their wives are feeding them. Their girlfriends are feeding them, and they are getting fat. And I know you're not supposed to say it, but how did you get used to doing that? And then I realized we never really talk about how we feed our children. One of the greatest gifts you can ever have in life is a child. That's just me. But when you feed them, you can't give them something. Let put it like this. If they could put it in their pocket, you probably shouldn't give it to them. And some of the habits that may determine how healthy our children are at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old are being established while they're young enough to be sitting at your table. Now, think about what happens when we go out to events, when we have programs, when we do stuff like that, and it's for children. We tell them we love them. We tell them what's that idiocy we always, our children are our future. When I hear those buzz comments, I just tune out. Why? Because we hand them cookie, chips, candy, sugar sweetened drinks. We even put in a goodie bag and they can take it home and eat it and rot their teeth. Something about that don't make no sense to me. I'm not talking about children having a piece of birthday cake. I'm not talking about children can never have any candy or sweets. I'm talking about what becomes normal. I'm talking about creating a culture where processed food and snacks and sugary drinks become a default reward. Oh, you did great. Here's some candy. It's Halloween. Here's some candy. And I'm especially talking about our community organizations, the churches, D9 programs we do, schools, nonprofits. Everybody who says they're working to uplift the future of Black children needs to think seriously about the food that you put in front of them. Now, I'm working with an organization that went to another organization we partnered with and said, y'all got to stop this. Well, the kids like it. The children aren't here to be liked. The children are here to learn and grow. And you're giving them sweets. That's going to ruin them. And statistics tell us something important. They tell us heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, kidney disease. Those are the major killers of Black people. Now, none of these diseases has one simple cause, But diet is the one thing that we control, that we can modify, that we can change in that puzzle. And one of the clearest places to begin is sugar drinks. The CDC identifies sugary drinks as a leading source of added sugar in the American diet. Regular consumption is associated with weight gain, obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease. That means soda, fruit drinks with added sugar, sports drinks, energy drinks, sweetened water, and any other drink that delivers massive amounts of sugar without making a person really feel full. Now, this ought to throw you. This ought to throw you. A typical 12-ounce regular soda. You got a can of soda, right? Can of soda. 12 ounces. Just one. 10 teaspoons of added sugar. Teaspoons. Are we supposed to be happy because it's not a tablespoon? It's a teaspoon. Does it matter? Think about that. Imagine sitting a child at a table, scooping out 10 teaspoons of sugar, put it in front of them and say, eat this. You wouldn't do it. Most adults wouldn't do it. But if I put it in a drink, put a pretty label on it, hand it to them, all of a sudden, we got no problem with it. And that's the problem. We've normalized something that we should question if we could actually see what was inside the bottle. And the children don't make the decision, adults do. We plan events. We put food in the refrigerator. We know what's served after church. And the child who learns at every single celebration, I get a soda, becomes an adult that drinks soda every day. Think if you learn that vegetables are something to avoid, then you just replace them with processed foods. And the child who never is taught how to read a label is going to grow up standing in the store trying to figure out how to read a label. Now, this is what I was thinking when I was in the meeting. We teach children how to read, how to do math, how to cross the street, know red, yellow, green, tell them not to smoke cigarettes, teach them about college, teach them about careers in the trades. Why wouldn't we teach them how to eat? Maybe we need to change what we mean when we say we're giving back, when we feed children and set them on a path to disease. Because everything free isn't necessarily a gift. A bag full of sugar isn't an act of service simply because you got it for free. We should ask a different question. Does what they're giving them contribute to the future we're claiming we want for them? If we can spend tens of thousands of dollars putting together a program for Black children, then surely we can spend time, or at least some of that money, putting nutrition on the table. And at home, the kitchen is the first classroom, one of the first classrooms a child has. Every grocery trip, every dinner, every drink in a refrigerator, children are learning normal food. And when it's bad food, they take it as normal. And that's from us. Now, I'm not parent blaming. Well, yeah, I am. And I'm empowering families with better information and demanding that you make better choices that are easier and more affordable. And it's not easy today because food is high. Now, I know I can't lecture you about nutrition while ignoring food deserts and grocery prices and work schedules and neighborhood stuff and back and forth and healthcare and marketing and all that. But in the end, it's you, the individual. Your decisions matter. Your choices matter. It's up to you. So does the environment where those choices are being made. And we need both conversations, but here's where I land. If Black America is serious about longevity, we keep talking about it, then childhood nutrition has become part of the agenda. And that's what you need to tell your elected officials. Not when somebody gets diagnosed with diabetes at 45, not when your blood pressure is about to blow your head off at 50, not when your kidneys start declining in function earlier. We need to just start with children. We can't take care of everybody in between. We can tell them, but they're adults. They'll do what they want. But we can control what children eat. Teach them that water is not punishment, that everybody else has soda. You're going to live longer. that vegetables aren't punishment, that fruit isn't punishment, that healthy food isn't something you start eating after the doctor tells you your kidneys are failing. It's part of taking care of your body, because you're going to have the same one your entire life. So next time you're around children and it's some kind of meal, look at the table, look at the drinks, look at the goodie bag they're taking home, and ask yourself, if we serve these children this way for the next 20 years, would we end up with a healthy adult? And if the answer is no, make them change the menu. Because protecting Black children doesn't only mean protecting them from what might happen to them on the street. It means protecting them from bad habits that quietly follow them home, follow them into teenager, follow them into young adult, and then follow them into middle age. We say our children are our future. Well, the adults today are our parents and our grandparents' future. But let me tell you what the facts say. Federal data lists heart disease, cancer, stroke, and diabetes among the 5 leading causes of death for Black Americans. This is in 2023. Black adults were 24% more likely than U.S. adults nationwide overall to have diabetes in 2024. And Black Americans' incidence of end-stage renal disease, kidney failure, was about 2.5 times higher than the rate in 2022. That's from the Office of Minority Health. The CDC also specifically associates frequent, here I am again, sugar drink consumption with obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. So let's stop feeding them for today. Let's feed them for the future so that they can live long enough to see. Otherwise, there's this one thing we can actually guarantee that our children won't have. They will not live long and prosper. Good afternoon and welcome. Thanks for hanging in there. Dr. Ken's Truth here on this Tuesday afternoon. Election Day, August 11th, Election Day, primary election day. What's going on with the weather? Oh, it's 78 degrees. Feels like 78. The high today was only 79, so it wasn't too bad. It's a little muggy, though. It's a little bit muggy. Sunset is at 7:59. And so let me go back and check the YouTube chat. Let me see. Dr. Ken, Sincere Randy Ray Real said, I'm appalled. The sugar? You mean all the sugar that kids? It is 10 teaspoons. Think about that. 1, it's addictive. 2, you get so fat and you don't notice. But look at adults. Oh, I love my husband. I'm going to feed him. Yeah, you're going to kill him. Kill him. And we talk about the life expectancy of Black men and Black women is less than whites. Part of that is the junk that we had to eat since slavery and on, and the poverty we lived in, and we got used to eating junk and used to eating table scraps. That's why we eat pig feet. That's why we eat snout, pig ears, onion skins, potato chips. We eat the junk that everybody else threw out. Chitlins. I mean, think about it. You get the nice protein, we get the chitlins. It makes no sense, but yet nobody says anything about it. And then everybody at the business, we let companies sell us stuff that they don't even feed to their own children. Think about that. Makes no sense. Todd said, I think so many kids are overweight is all the screen time and all the processed foods. When we were kids, we had to walk or ride a bike to see them. Now it could be done with a phone. In some instances, yes. I don't know what the percentages might be, but in some instances, I definitely agree. But the parents have to do that. The parents have to change that. We can't blame a phone. A phone is just a communication device. And a phone doesn't make you not get up and work out. A phone doesn't make you not move and walk and work out and do that. I don't know if I said it before. So I work out 150 minutes a week. That's the minimum that they say you should do. Really, if you do more, you're just wearing and tearing your body. That's my belief. I might be wrong. I work out 25 minutes a day for 6 days a week. And I rest on Thursday. So twice I do some weight workout. And I talked about it the other day. You can work out so much, but it doesn't matter. Whatever weight you have, use it until you get to about 2 or 3 repetitions before you can't do it anymore. And you're good. Causing yourself pain and tearing muscles and tendons and all that makes no sense. The other one is aerobic, right? So I ride a bike. Hop on a bike, ride 3 miles or ride for 25 minutes and I'm done. And then I do a brisk walk. I do that, each of those twice a week for a total of 150 minutes. And I'm good. And I've been able to lose 40 pounds. I've been able to stay active. I've been able to move, right? So I don't know. Jasmine Jazz West said, yes, when I drive the school bus, kids will get on the bus with plastic bags filled with bags of chips and cookies and candy and hot chips and juices and sodas at 7 a.m. Yep. Yeah, they do. And then they said I froze and then I came back, but I don't know if that was me because I checked my connection and my upload is at 70.18 and I'm sorry, my upload is at 176.86 and my download is 70.18. So it looks like it's working fine. That might, it might be YouTube. Even on my phone did the same thing. It kind of just looped even this morning. I think YouTube or Google may be having some issues. Sincere said, a donut a day will keep the docs away. A doc's visit, a stay with Sprinkle. Man, see, SRRR is on the road as an over-the-road trucker, and he probably eats a lot of junk at truck stops. So I'm just saying. Just later. Hey, what's up, Kathleen? How you doing? L. Dawson said, my nephew calls my daughter broccoli because at 3 she chooses that over fries. Todd said, I got to turn up the volume. Potato chip bag is too loud. So watch this. We kid about it, but in the end, the choice is yours. And nobody will know until you drop dead. And then they'll go back and say, oh, they ate this and they ate that and they had, clogged arteries and they were like 80 pounds overweight and all that. Like they said that my BMI weight is at my height is 184 pounds. Now I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm at 211 right now. I gained some weight and then I got back, did some working out. Now I'm back down to 211. I lost 6 pounds. I might, maybe do 200. Maybe. My goal was 215. I went to 211.7. I might do 200, but that's it. Then I'll be a rail. I'll be a thin rail. Quanda said, no, he doesn't. Don't let him fool you. Well, you don't know that. You just know what he tell you. Okay, let me stop. Causing trouble. Well, it looks like today was election day. Got a story from CBS 58. Polls are open till 8 o'clock, and any voter who's in line at 8 o'clock, deadline will be permitted to cast their vote. Votes will determine the candidates that are on the November 3rd general election ballot. And there's a poll in the YouTube chat. Did you vote today? 73% said yes, 0% said not yet, 18% said no, and 9% said I don't care. Wow. I don't care. Ooh. Okay. All right. Voters must be U.S. citizens and 18 years of age before Election Day, having lived in Wisconsin for at least 28 consecutive days and not be serving a felony sentence that includes probation. In the voting booth, only one political party can be chosen all the way down the ballot. For example, a voter cannot vote in the Democratic primary for one race and Republican primary in the other. But if you want complete election coverage, just join us tonight and you'll see us. We'll put the wrong one up. You'll see us election night coverage. I will be there for at least an hour with Sherwin Hughes at Hughes Views 414 right here on YouTube. So make sure you check it out. All right. Is that good? I think that's good. Is it? Okay. Well, I heard this really weird story today. I was on foxnews.com and the guy went to Shake Shack and he was minding his own business. He was in Utah and he said he went to the kiosk to order Shake Shack and he didn't put a tip in. And he said when he didn't put a tip in, the system told him, oh, there's a price update, and added 50 cents to his order. And so he ordered 3 shakes and they were like however much. And he put a picture and said each shake was $6.49. Now, me, I think that's a lot to pay for a shake. And all of a sudden he said the video shows 2 of the 3 shakes initially listed at $5.99. After no tip was selected, the kiosk displays a notice saying there's been a pricing update before the shakes appear at $6.49, an increase of 50 cents per shake. What do you think about that? I think that's trash. I think that is like garbage. That's trash. That makes absolutely no sense. But we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. Terrible. Have y'all been out in the weather, by the way? The weather's been going across. It missed us and came across Chicago. I listened to a guy on YouTube called Max Velocity. If you ever hear about weather that's really bad, subscribe. And if he goes on live, you can watch it. It is phenomenal. I'm hooked. And it went across Chicago, and I think a tornado touched down either in Illinois or northern Indiana, and now it's going through in the northern part of Indianapolis, and it's headed to Ohio, and they got tornadoes and all kind of stuff. Woo, thank goodness it missed us. I am so glad that it missed us. I'm just saying. But then I started thinking about extreme weather, and every time I think about it, because I think about leaving. Every single time I think about leaving Milwaukee, I say, yep, it's time to move. It's time to roll up out of here. Something happened somewhere, like down in South America, Central America. There was a earthquake and all the buildings fell. And I'm like, let's stay right here. So I was thinking, if you could predict and plan for the weather, what would you rather experience? Tornadoes, hurricanes, extreme heat, extreme snow, or flooding? Like if you knew every year on this day you're going to get it, you could plan for it, and it either flooded or it was snow or it was heat or it was a hurricane or a tornado. Hurricanes are over water and all that, and tornadoes are in land. Okay, all right. Which one would you prefer? I mean, I know it's kind of silly, but if you could predict it, somebody said, you got to pick one of these weather patterns and this is what you get. It's going to come once a year. You're going to get it for X amount of days and that's it. You'll get no more. Which one would you choose? Or Would you just choose rain? It's going to rain all the time. You'll be depressed. There's no sun. It's cloudy. You need an umbrella everywhere you go. You need a raincoat everywhere you go. Would you do that? If you could predict and plan for the weather, what is your preferred weather pattern? I'm just saying. On the YouTube chat. Hey, what's up, JD the Poet? What's going on? Thanks for finding me. But yeah, that's that kiosk. Yeah. They added 50 cents. Said tipping at fast food place is ridiculous. Yes, it is. They'll do anything to make up for the money they have to pay people. Now, granted, Shake Shack did send a notice out and said that ain't us. We don't do that. That is owned by, and he was in an airport, the HSM host or whatever it is, the people who run the establishments at the airport. That's them. So it wasn't Shake Shack. But think about that. If you don't give a tip, you know what I don't like is when people watch. You know, like when you got to press the button and they look. Well, did you give a tip? Well, what if I don't want to? What if your service was terrible? So I don't know. Quanda said heat every day. Well, then you may as well. You're already in Florida. Yeah, but you also got hurricanes. So which is it? If you want heat all the time, it's Arizona. Go out west, southwest. Todd said heat, got AC. Yeah, you got AC until the power goes out. Kathleen says snow. Interesting. Snow? But then snow melts, turns to water, and then it floods. So I don't know. Speaking of, I heard some interesting news. Let me pull that up. Let me see if I remember that. I was looking at, so Spider-Man came out. Spider-Man, what, 10, 20, 500, 10,000? Spider-Man came out in 1962 in a comic book, and it sold over 360 million comic books. So if you can imagine, if a comic book then costs, I don't know, 10 cents maybe a nickel, and now it costs, I don't know, a couple bucks, maybe $3. That's over $1 billion for one cartoon. But I heard Spider-Man holds now, the new Spider-Man movie holds now the new domestic box office record. They made $360 million over the weekend. Now, back in the day, the original Spider-Man with, who was it, Tobey Maguire? When it came and it was, real life, well, I don't know what you call that. Not cartoon, but real life. Anyway, it was in a movie house. It made $100 million, and it was the highest grossing movie on a weekend. $100 million. Now it just made $360 million. But here's the kicker. It is now the most popular movie ever. What did it beat? What movie did Spider-Man beat to become the most popular movie ever? And it's a franchise movie. You asked what I wanted, not what else is here, sir. I don't know what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? Explain it. See, Kwanda, you can't talk to somebody with ADHD, talk about a subject after I moved on, and then not remind me what you're talking about. That's on you. Because I was vulnerable, and I shared that my brain runs at 186,000 miles an hour, speed of light. And well, actually that's miles a second. But anyway, and I'm not gonna remember. She said, I said heat, but you said we have hurricanes. Y'all got both. You got both in Florida. You got hurricanes and you got heat. Pick one. Which would you prefer to have there? Which one? Because you're in Florida. You prefer hurricanes or you prefer the heat? If I said you're going to get a week of this, and you get to choose between hurricanes and heat. She said, yes, Todd. I'm going to sit down and be quiet. Ooh, some people can't take teasing. Y'all tease me all the time. Talk about me, hurt my feelings, make me cry, all that. But I never say anything. And then call me egotistical because I want you to come on and say hello to me first. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you. I tell you. And so nobody answered my question, though. After Spider-Man, what movie franchise did they beat as the most popular movie? Anybody know? And it's been out since the 1960s as well. I know somebody gonna get it like right off, like boom. Somebody gonna jump in and get it. But I'm gonna move on. Speaking of cartoons, what is your favorite cartoon? When I was growing up, Spider-Man was my favorite cartoon in comic book form. Jasmine said Batman. Let me see. Let me give Jasmine her answer so that she can Jazz said Batman. Jasmine Gooden said Superman. L. Dawson. Now you should know better. Black Panther wasn't out in the 1960s. They didn't let black people do nothing, let alone be in the comic book. But the ladies stepped up, and the ladies are the ones that chose first because the guys, I don't know what the guys are doing. They're just out there. Hey, what's up, Robert? How's it going? Guys are just out there doing what they do. Interesting. X-Men. Somebody gonna get some applause today? I'm gonna have to tell y'all. And so the question is, what is your? I'm talking about what your favorite cartoon is, but what is the since the 1960s till now? What is the most popular movie? And I'll even throw in franchise because they make a lot of the different movies, right? Quanda said, I was never the cartoon watcher. I know of them because of my siblings. Fortunately, I've always been in a book rather than it was coloring or reading. So you didn't learn important stuff in life through cartoons. Okay. No, I'm just teasing. Jasmine said DC Comics, Disney. No. Not the comics. Oh, you're saying those are your favorites. Okay. All right. See, I had a favorite cartoon I watched growing up and they stopped making it. My favorite cartoon was something that I watched every Saturday. And it was the dumbest in the world. And, you know, back then they didn't have real good animation. So when you saw something like, wow, it was great. El Dawson said YouTube is sensitive, so I'll approve your comment. Really? Scooby-Doo. Nope. I watched it, though. I did watch it. I watched Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, it really depended on what channel you watch. You either watch ABC, CBS, or NBC, you know, and I kind of watched it all day. I'm trying to remember which one I watched. I think I flipped back and forth because I always wanted to watch the Jetsons, and in Chicago, the Jetsons came on at 11 o'clock in the morning. So I was able to watch the Jetsons. And then early in the morning is when they had some of the quote-unquote rougher cartoons, right? Like the one I watched. So I don't know. My favorite cartoon was Space Ghost. You remember that? Like late 60s. Space Ghost. I don't even think I can find it today. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. But Space Ghost. But going back, Spider-Man beat this movie as Smurfs. Spider-Man beat this movie as the most popular movie in the world. As I said, when it opened, the recent one opened up the domestic weekend record. It beat its own record. Spider-Man, when it first came out in movie form, in live form happened to be the number one highest ranking weekend movie opening, right? 100 million plus. Now, this one just opened up $360 million, has the record again. Todd said, I thought you were going back when they had no sound. I did go back. Anyway, I did go back, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I still got to do my top 5 before 5. Cartoon-wise, my favorite one was Space Ghost. And, hey, make sure you vote in the YouTube chat. Did you vote today? 73% said yes, 13% said no, 13% said I don't care. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to go to TV shows. What's your favorite show? What's your favorite TV series? Like, let me ask this. Captain America. You ready? It's James Bond. James Bond used to be the number one most popular movie franchise in the world. Spider-Man just beat him. Believe it or not, Spider-Man. Kathleen said any of the Looney Tunes, like Bugs Bunny. Okay. So favorite TV. What would you watch? Like what favorite TV shows could you watch forever? Like you just wanted to watch it forever. I can see I'm gonna go over a bit. You wanted to watch it forever. Like I want to watch this forever. Like I can watch this TV show over and over and over, and I never need to see a new episode. I never need to see another TV show, another movie. I'll just watch this over and over and over and over. And I gotta admit, with my favorite TV show, I did it. What's your favorite TV show? Like if you were stuck and just like you could only get weather, a certain kind of weather, this is the only TV show you could watch. What would it be? Jasmine said Living Single. Jasmine Gooden said Living Single. Jasmine Jazz West said my favorite show, Special Victims Unit, Twilight Zone, and Murder, She Wrote. Now, I used to like Special Victims, and then they started getting political, and they started reflecting society in a political way, and I stopped watching them. Like, stop lecturing me. I'm watching this to suspend my disbelief. I'm not watching this so that you can remind me of what's going on in the world or my political stance, and the person in it is always, Christians were always bad, and black people were always the criminals, and black victims always did something stupid to make themselves victim, and it had to be corrected. It's almost like Special Victims Unit has a white savior complex. We're here to save the community. Quanta said Cosby Show, the original, Different World, Living Single, Home Improvement, Three's Company. Good ones. El Dawson said The Cosby Show. I'm torn between Cosby Show and A Different World. Those are my favorite black shows. My other favorite show, my number one favoriteest show that I could watch because I actually have VHS cassette tapes that I can watch it on. But now I got a way to watch the entire 5-year run. Miami Vice, the original Miami Vice. I could watch it all day, all night, 24 hours a day, go to sleep, wake up. And I could tell you some of the lines. I could tell you the storyline. Like you give me a title, I could tell you what it was about, who the star was, all that. It's that bad. Todd said, I like Miami Vice, look forward to it. Yeah, but I like it all the time. Jasmine Gooden said Frasier. I'm going to be vulnerable here and share something. Better yet, I'll just ask the question. Is there a TV series that you've never seen, but everybody raves about it? Stargate SG-1? Interesting. Is there a TV series that everybody was like, oh my God, it's great? And I don't know. And I couldn't say it because I never saw it. I tried to watch Stargate SG-1. It was kind of implausible. So I just kind of left it alone. I have never, ever, ever, ever in my entire life seen an episode of Seinfeld. I've never seen an episode of Seinfeld. Ever. There's only one other show that I've never seen an episode of Seinfeld, like Seinfeld, and that's Friends. I've never seen an episode of Friends. I couldn't tell you what the opening was. Like if they played the theme to Friends, I wouldn't know what it was. If they played the theme to Seinfeld, I wouldn't know what it was. I've never seen an episode of any of those shows. One of the reasons, and it's a totally racist reason, like I'm admitting it. In that instance, for that TV show, I never saw a black person in it. Like I never saw a black person. People are like, oh, it was a black person in. I was like, yeah. The fact that you can remember when a black person was in it is the reason why I didn't watch it. Because it was like one. So Jasmine Jazz West says Seinfeld hilarious. I won't know. Kwanda said, I refuse to have my black card removed on the air because it's a lot of things I've never watched. Absolutely. Absolutely. People love Friends. Jasmine Jazz West said people love Friends or Seinfeld. I can't do it. Jasmine Gooden said, or Seinfeld. I don't understand what the show is. I just don't get it. For the life of me, I don't understand. I don't understand. When you can be white and watch white shows and think everything is normal and that's what it is and it's the right way and everything else is wrong, then I can do the same thing with a black show and think everything else on the other side is wrong. Sincere Ronald Real said Three's Company, Christina, Power Universe, Nemesis. Yeah, Nemesis was good. The Neighbor, never saw it. Blackish, love it. Music of Miami Vice was a big change in TV. Yeah, it was. You know, Miami Vice, at the time, Don Johnson was the highest paid TV actor. He got $1 million an episode. So, anyway. Jasmine Gooden said, I'd rather watch the original Charm series on repeat. Never saw that either. And they never had any black people in it. It's just like it's like watching The Cosby Show or A Different World, and you're white, and you go, well, why would I watch this? It has no black people in it. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay. You want to see yourself in TV. I'm just saying. Let me get to my top 5 at 5. Y'all gonna get me thrown out of here and beat up and messed up and all that. So let me get going. Do I have all my? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. All right, let me get going. Let me hurry up.
Number 5.
Well, we talked about it already. Today is primary day in election. The polls are open till 8. So if you haven't voted, make sure you go vote. Still got about 3 hours. My polls, 73% said yes, they went to vote. 0 said not yet. 13% said no. And 13% really don't care. Funny, I could probably guess who said they're not going to vote and they don't care.
Number 4.
Let me go back to this thing. Now, this disturbed me. The Shake Shack piece. If you didn't hear, guy hit no tip at the kiosk. It went from $5 and something to $6.49, and they added more money on because he refused to pay a tip. And the more I think about this story and the more I read this story, the more it starts to disturb me because most people wouldn't even notice it. Most people wouldn't notice when they got charged more. They would just assume, and then the price jumps. For instance, I go into a certain burger place. You know, I always eat my burger, and I have the top bun taken off because, you know, it turns to sugar, and I'm on a diet. I guess not a diet. It's just the way I eat. I eat less white bread. And they automatically ring you up for a double. They automatically ring you up for a double patty. That's their default. And then they charge you more. So a couple of times I walked out and I got where I was going, got home, whatever, and I opened it up and it's a double. I said, I didn't order a double. What? And then I realized every single time you order, they give you a double. And if you don't tell them you want a single, you pay for a double. That's deceptive. That is deceptive. And so I'm not going to say who the place is, but you know what I did, right? I complained to him. I most certainly did. Well, in this next story from news1.com, Trump wins one and he loses one.
Number 3.
I don't know if you know, CBS News reported last week that Trump signed 2 executive orders, one seeking to deny people who engage in what the White House describes as birth tourism access to the U.S., and one that expands the definition of people that it states are ineligible for birthright citizenship, such as children of foreign citizens who lobby on behalf of the federal government, of foreign governments. Now, that one I understand. I agree with that one. In June, the Republican U.S. Well, it's not Republican. They got Republicans on more Republican. Anyway, conservative judges upheld birthright citizenship. If you're born here, you're a citizen, because that's what the Constitution says. That's how they interpreted it. Trump believes that you're ineligible for birthright citizenship if you're here doing business for a foreign country and you or your wife are you're the person pregnant, you're the wife, or the wife or woman or whatever is pregnant and gives birth. Technically, that kid was born here, you were a tourist here, or doing or working for a foreign government. Now, we're not talking about people that work in consulates and things of that nature where you hear, and all that. Because if I was if I were working in foreign service and I was in Brazil, I wouldn't want my kids to be Brazilian citizens. But they might be based on their constitution, but I wouldn't want them to be. This is what this does. This says that if you're here as a lobbyist and you happen to have a baby, your baby's not a U.S. citizen. I agree with that. But the other one of I don't know what you can do to stop it. It's going to get another lawsuit, and you're going to do it, and you're going to end up being a kid here. I think in the coming weeks between now and November, I want to dive into. I haven't touched Iran. It's just a nightmare. It makes no sense. It just makes no sense. If you come here and you're born here, you're a citizen. Doesn't matter who your parents are. If the other country gives you citizenship, now you got dual citizenship. I don't. It just is what it is. I don't know if we can do anything about it. It just kind of is what it is. And for this next one, I thought I'd heard everything.
Number 2.
And I'll go back to the YouTube chat. 3 men. Now, you remember I told the story about the Lincoln Avenue School, right? Lincoln Avenue School burned down. Some workers put some rags, some oil, laid it across a garbage can. Something sparked. I don't know. It got too hot, right? Well, now 3 men have been charged with breaking into the now destroyed Lincoln Avenue School in Milwaukee to steal copper and other valuable materials using tools like lockpicks and saws. According to a criminal complaint, Milwaukee police responded to a report of a burglary in progress, 1817 West Lincoln Avenue, also known as Lincoln Avenue School, at 4 a.m. It was on August 6th. Security spotted flashlights moving inside the vacant building, and they found 3 people inside a storage room wearing a backpack containing tools like a lockpick, flashlight. They found another person hiding under the stairs wearing a backpack with a portable saw, screwdrivers, and a headlamp. And they found another person sleeping in the driver's seat of a vehicle a block away. And also found a gun and controlled substances. They told investigators they broke in to steal copper with another individual, and that third individual had driven them there, and they wanted to sell it for money. But now they're facing several felonies, including burglary of a building, habitual criminality repeater, possession of burglar's tools, and habitual criminality repeater. One faces burglary to a building as party to a crime and bail jumping because they were out on bail on another case and they committed another burglary. Okay. Yeah, well, stupid is as stupid does. And police have an 11-year-old in custody.
Number 1.
From CBS 58, an 11-year-old is in custody after allegedly stabbing a 15-year-old during an argument last night. Milwaukee police are investigating the stabbing, which they say happened in the area of Port Washington and Vienna Avenues around 8:22 p.m. 15-year-old was transported to the hospital to be treated, and they're still investigating what led up to the stabbing. But the 11-year-old is in custody, and it'll be reviewed by the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. Now, let me go back, because I think Jasmine said, Dr. Ken, that I understand. I find birthright citizenship tricky when someone comes to the U.S. knowing they're pregnant, hoping for U.S. citizenship. Shaking my head. Yeah, it just makes no sense. We have that law, and people skate all the time. Todd said, Quanda, sincere Ronnie Ray Real, you may need backup tonight. Maybe we can't be quiet. Jeez. Well, going back to the Lincoln Avenue school. So the it comes down to, like you said, 4:00 in the morning, you see a flashlight. What else could you possibly be doing in a destroyed fire building and you're not the police? You don't see a police car out front. You don't see cops walking around making noise. So they automatically knew that it was a burglary. So they called the police. Like, how stupid are you? 4:00 in the morning. Not a person. Well, I don't know. Let me think about this. How did they find out the getaway driver was a block away? Unless one or both of them dimed out the driver and they found him. Or somebody saw him walk from the car and go into the school. But you used the flashlight. How stupid are you? At night, where the only thing lit in a burned out building, because there's no electricity, is your flashlight. That's got to be stupid. Jasmine said, isn't there additional prosecutors for breaking into a school? Well, technically it burned down, so it really wasn't a school. It was just property owned by the city. So, but that's a good point. That's a good point. Let me see if there's anything else up in here. All right. Let me see what's going on. Well, that about does it. Ooh, I ran over 4 minutes. What am I going to do? The world's going to come to an end. I want to say thank you all for being here. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. So, Jasmine Good and Jazz, Todd. You see, who was it? Quanda said, oh no, Todd, that's not going to happen for me. At least I'm going to announce the host and find a seat in the back. Okay. All right. Let me see who else is up in here. Todd, what's going on? RN Quanda, trying to get everybody. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real. L. Dawson, what's going on? Kathleen, even though you was a little late, you made up with Seinfeld. So, okay. All right. I think I saw a couple people up in here that I hadn't seen in quite a while. Let me scroll faster because the music is playing. Robert Lance, what's going on? JD the Poet, glad you found us. Let me see, anybody else? SE, of course. SE is here. Have to give SE trouble. And Lucretia's here. Did I get everybody? SE, Lucretia. I don't want to miss anybody today. Don't forget to join us tonight. I'll be on with Sherwin, 7 o'clock, discussing politics. Polls close at 8. We'll see what's going on. I want to say thank you. Of course, Quanda, thank you for being the study hall monitor. We appreciate everything you do. SR. SRR. Thanks for hanging out. Be careful when you're in the truck. You still on vacation or you on the road? Anyway, y'all be careful. Take care of yourself. Todd said, I'll try, but no guarantees. Just turn it on. Just log in and click like, and then just listen. Then you just put your phone somewhere else. Come on. Support the brother. See you in a few hours, Quanda. Later. Have a great one. And we'll talk about who won tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. Hey, love each and every one of you. Have a great evening. Make sure you don't get in trouble. and don't, cause too much trouble, because otherwise you'll end up like who? Pick your head. That is what you'll be. Hey, love y'all. God bless. Deuces. And I got to say what's up to Sir Chance. I saw he just dropped in. What up? Flip over to Sherwin tonight at Hughes Views 414, 7 o'clock.